Ladies and gentlemen, I'm BurningDogFace, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Let's Play Mad Max. This game came out in 2015, and it's an open-world action game following everyone's favorite road warrior, Max Rockatansky, on a journey through the Wasteland. Before we begin, I'd like to mention that this is going to be a blind LP. I stepped into the very first area in order to get a reading on the frame rate and audio levels, but other than that, everything we're about to see is going to be new to me. I'm going to play the game for the first time ever, and you guys get to come along for the ride. Here's hoping we all enjoy ourselves. I'd also like to give a very special shout out to my good friend RoninDrake, who gifted me this game. I have been looking forward to this for a long time now. And I am so glad I finally have a rig that can take me on this ride, because it seems like it's going to be a wild one. Thank you so much, Drake, from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoy this series, because it's dedicated to you. Now, without further ado, let's play Mad Max.
One such man, one who had lost all, over and over, and to this, he had lost his sanity. His was a never-ending journey away from the phantoms of his past. He believed he could silence the cacophony in his mind and find peace beyond a place he called the Plains of Silence. He now had the vehicle, the weapons, the provisions, and the fortitude. He only needed the fuel. And here, there was but one place to go for fuel. Gastown.
Listen, my apostles of Awful! You've hunted well. And here's the fox who thought he'd plunder from Scabra Scrotus.
somebody tell me, answer if you can. I want someone to tell me, what is the soul of a man? I'm going to ask a question, answer if you can. Will anyone here tell me, what is the soul of a man?
For another brawl. This setback would not stop him. He would have his peace, even if it meant another war. And war was coming, because he had created a mortal enemy. Good boy.
Well, that was pretty heavily eventful. Not even sure where to start with that. Jump on left trigger, it's a bit odd, but okay. The, didn't even give me abilities this time. They just had me get my ass kicked and lose everything in the opening cutscene. Wow. I, rewatched the first 3 Mad Max movies this past week in order to prepare for this. Because it's been a long time since I had seen them. Actually, been so long that I had forgotten I'd ever seen the second one. I thought all of my memories of it sort of blurred together with the memories of the third one. Oh. So yeah, if you're completely unfamiliar with Mad Max, welcome to the Australian post-apocalypse. Start. Okay, maybe that was the right angle. Okay, that seems like an important thing to know.
The dog has led me right so far. Gotta find it.
It's a hubcap. Hello, dog. Those couldn't be vines, not out here. I mean, coral stuck to the side of this thing would make more sense, given that it, you know, used to be in the sea. Yeah, there is a decided thing of, sounded like it was coming from behind me, but then the whimper sounded like it was coming from up here.
This manner you quiet gently. What? No!
It ain't for eating.
It's you. Power was awake inside the other gives birth. Start ablaze by godly plug igniter. Revolution about revolution, rejoice! Please!
What?
Don't kill Chum Bucket! Please! Hey!
Why shouldn't I?
Because I know you. Yeah? I spied you in the long lookers. They left you for the blowflies, and they snatched your ride, and now you'll be looking to snatch it back. That's what the prophecy says. You're the driver.
That's right.
Then Chumbucket is your man. I'm your man. Yes, I am. See, I have a vehicle that can take you to your car. I do say. That's right. She's not running now. Sorry for that. I came here for the parts. You see, I'm a black finger. I can make it work again. And Dinky D, too, is gonna need an overhaul.
Don't go stray.
No, I won't. I know you'll find me and dismantle me. I know. Chum bucket's not stupid. Over here. Over. Oh, I can make you become steel real, my angel. I can build your corpus and ignite your sacred fuel. True, but only the warrior saint can drive you. Yeah, that is why you send him my way.
Chumbucket is a bizarre wasteland mechanic who resides in the Great White region. He crosses paths with Max when he spies him in his long-lookers while scavenging for engine parts. He sees the warrior Max fight Scabrous Scrotus and his war boys, and he decides that Max has been sent to him for a purpose. Oh god, that's really sensitive. Chumbucket's background is unclear. He stems from Gastown originally, but was cast out despite his extraordinary skills as a Blackfinger mechanic. He has lived alone in the Wasteland for a long time, sometimes trading with characters like Jeet and Gutgash. His garage is located inside an old gutted ship where he began building himself a vehicle. Chumbucket believes himself to be a prophet of his own bizarre automotive mechanical-based religion. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. He claims to worship a deity he calls the Angel Combustion, as well as other lesser deities with similar themes. He believes that he has been chosen to create this ultimate vehicle, the Magnum Opus, with the help of Max, whom he calls his warrior saint, and whom he believes was sent to him by the Angel Combustion. Chumbucket's fervent religious goals and Max's need to build a new car coincide, and together they decide to build the Magnum Opus.
Oh, I
need peace.
What the hell? Okay, that's better. I was getting it squiddly there because it was still based off the prompt. Max, which is probably where we should have started. That didn't work. Live demo, folks. Let's try that again.
I need peace. To find peace, I must reach the plains of silence. To reach them, I need a machine as good as the Black on Black. Or better.
Max, a loner, on the run from himself and his past. Somewhere in the death throes of human civilization, he lost his family to senseless violence. Ever since, he has been moving, living day to day, just surviving, while a cacophony of distorted memories, sounds, and visions haunt him. Max would have stopped long ago, stopped fighting, stopped breathing, but his body will not allow him to rest. His survival training is part of muscle memory now. His confused mind has constructed a mythical place which he refers to as the Plains of Silence. There, he is convinced he will find peace, an extinguishing of the anguish, and a silencing of the voices of past ghosts. Max clings to his old car, the Interceptor, or Black on Black. It is an extension of him, essential to survival in the Wasteland, or to survive the Wasteland. When the Interceptor is taken, everything changes, but as always, Max keeps moving and finds a way to survive. So, in the first movie takes place just before the end of the world, which is a bit novel for a series like this. Max is a cop working on the roads while the world slowly runs out of resources. That was something I always found interesting about Mad Max. It wasn't originally a nuclear war. In the second movie, it was just, we fucking ran out of oil and everyone lost their goddamn minds. Like, quite literally, it's almost like there's a plague of insanity on the world in this setting. Eventually they threw in a nuclear war for good measure. I think it officially took place between the second and third movies. That's strange. Oh, at least we got the picture this time. All the riches of these lands are mine. All of Gastown is mine. Scabrous Scrotus, son of Immortan Joe, brother to Rictus Erectus, is a feared, ruthless warlord and anointed protector of Gastown. From early youth, Scrotus was a matchless warrior. His speed, muscle, and fearlessness made him the perfect killing machine. In training, he killed his first combatant at the age of 7. Fuck. He continued his conquest, slaying enemies, sparring partners, and instructors alike. In his early teens, he honed his skills on death runs from Gastown to Bullet Farm and back again. Scrotus thrives in the Wasteland, relishing the constant war, squashing those who have carved out existences of their own and stripping their resources away. Shunning the superficial world of the Citadel Court, he grew his warboy army into a force unmatched in the Wasteland. During the Wasteland Wars, Scrotus defeated Dr. Dementus. With Gastown back under the rule of Immortan Joe, Scrotus is appointed the protector of Gastown and put in charge of all operations and armies there. Scrotus's brutal methods and cruelty are legendary, as is his penchant for morbid theatrics, such as adorning his belt with severed human heads and displaying a threatening, razor-sharp, phallic codpiece. Oh, so he does. His army of warboys are fiercely loyal and will follow his every whim, no matter how extreme. All around Gastown, Scrotus's reign of terror is on full display through his turf-marking scarecrows, as well as his many encampments that support Gastown and feed his army with fresh warriors. So, it's kind of unclear where in the timeline this game takes place. The idea is it's a bit nebulous to begin with, so just go with it. But it is supposed to tie into, it's supposed to tie into the 2015 movie, Mad Max Fury Road. Immortan Joe is the bad guy from that movie. And, Scrotus here is supposed to be one of his sons. I'm not sure how he's going to be very threatening, given that I stabbed him in the fucking head with a chainsaw, but, you know, we'll see. I wrote this down because I thought this was very funny. Immortan Joe's 3 sons are named in order, I believe. Corpus Colossus, Rictus Erectus, and Scabrous Scrotus. It's a very phallic society, is what I'm trying to say.
Dog's bleeding out.
Oh, I can fix it, but I do my best work in my sanctum.
Push the car.
I need wire to fix my buggy, but then I can show you where they took the black on black.
Where do I find wire?
Up that path! But before you go, grab some grit, Saint. You must be running on fumes.
Is this grit over here? That's dog food. Yeah, okay, that's entirely in keeping with that. There's literally a scene in the second movie where he eats dog food, and I don't know why I'm surprised. Well, that explains that.
Canned food. Sure beats eating nugget gruel.
I believe this is meant to be a prequel to Fury Road, but like I said, the whole thing of the timeline in this franchise is the first 3 movies take place in order. Then there's Fury Road, and it's rather unclear where it's when the Fury Road story is supposed to take place. Just looking around for other things I can pick up. Apparently, we're good. And there's this game, which is just sort of nebulously somewhere before Fury Road. You know,
Oh, he got dead, man. Anything for me?
You know, I would have thought, going by video games, that I would encounter places where I have to do that more often in my life. Turn sideways to get through a narrow gap. I can't say it's ever actually happened to me. So you can't, like, ducking under a ladder to get through a garage or something.
Ammo. No wire.
It's just as well. War pup. Look at me, fear me. You know who I'm with? I'm with Scrotus. War boys are trained in the arts of war since childhood. They are taught to respect nothing but their masters, their vehicles, and the brotherly bond of warfare. War pups, the youngest and least well-trained of the war boys. They are just testing their mettle as actual warriors. Many war pups never advance beyond this stage and instead end up as food for crows or fertilizer for maggot pits. That's, an interesting term. They patrol camps and are often the first to attack any intruder. What they may lack in strength, they often make up for in numbers. War pups are natural pack hunters and seldom fight alone. Facing many war pups, or when time is a factor, it can be advantageous to use a melee weapon. Ow. Sorry, let me just, that's better. Can I not search him? He's dead. Did he not count? It's not like he's naked or anything. Fine. The guy just doesn't exist.
Should know better. Maggot, roadkill. You mess with the best.
That could be wire.
You're down now. I'm gonna suck out the eyes from your skull, and then I'm gonna chuck your skull. Another one. Fun's not over yet, boys.
Okay, so it's Arkham Combat. That's kind of what I'd heard about this. It's Batman Arkham Combat, if you're familiar with that.
You'll regret coming here, boy.
Sup? Oh, he just crumbled.
Kill that roadkill.
Sup? How about that instead? And down you go. Thanks for playing. Sit the fuck down. Oh, can I not take the spear? It seems it would be advantageous. Also not wire. Unhelpful. Roadkill Camp. Scavenging locations can contain useful items such as scrap, ammo, and food, as well as project parts and relics. To reveal all scavenging locations, complete survey crew projects in strongholds.
Should be enough.
Ooh. Can I not? No, I cannot. Careful not to press the B button, because I need that shotgun shell to do things. Alright. Oh, God damn it. There's a climbing thing right in the front. I am a moron. I am really glad that it pops up with a thing to tell you that. Because that means I can just turn around and walk away. Wait, what if it doesn't include hidden collectibles or something? I don't think there'd be any this early in the game, but, Alright, fine, let's just head over. What other information is in here, anyway? Ooh. That's a thing. Land Mover. Witness her power, tremble in her presence, the Land Mover, a fitting mount for Scrotus, warlord, the immortal! The Land Mover is Scabrous Scrotus's impressive war chariot. It dwarfs the regular assault vehicles at a Scrotus war party. Its massive cowcatcher is capable of ripping smaller vehicles to shreds in combat. On top of the driver's cab, a throne is mounted from which Scrotus himself can overlook the Wasteland in his hunt for prey, loot, and sport killing. Dang it. Gonna get used to that. The Land Mover is both a war chariot and a cargo vessel, similar in many ways to a war rig, only faster and more geared towards fighting. I believe the war rig was the big truck from Fury Road. Still, the Land Mover can hold an entire assault vehicle inside its massive cargo hold. However, for all its power and glory, the Land Mover is an impossible anomaly for everyone but Scrotus, the protector of Gastown, since it consumes abnormal amounts of fuel. The Great White. The Great White used to be a vast ocean. No one knows how the water withdrew from the land. We only know that it now lies barren without a drop to its name. What once used to be home to coral, fish, and algae is now a desert of salt, sand, and sharp rock. It's creepy. The ocean is mankind's own wastebasket. Everything was dumped into the ever-swallowing water during the brief existence of civilization on the shores. Refuse in the hustle and bustle times of the last century litter the vast lands. Barrels of toxic waste, the hulls of ocean liners, human remains, plastic refuse, rusted automobiles, and mankind's detritus. Those who find themselves in the Great White are generally just passing through. The lands here are so inhospitable, cruel, and unforgiving that very few ever settle down here. The bombed-out shipwrecks which litter the Great White are often used as shelter by wanderers. Sometimes groups of people settle inside them for a short time before moving on. Only Jeet and Gutgash have managed to build something even resembling a functional living situation here. Canteen. Max's canteen holds enough water to help him replenish health. The canteen can be refilled from different water sources, typically primitive dew collectors and other makeshift survival devices. Shotgun. The shotgun is Max's go-to firearm. During Max's journey, he will upgrade its firepower, but it will remain a primitive, effective, close-quarters weapon. Oops. The timer actually went during this search. So I'm going to call it here, even though I've barely accomplished anything except reading some information. It always goes slowly at the beginning of open-world games. Especially those with information sections. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you on the next episode of Let's Play Mad Max, when we return to our new friend Chum Bucket and see what he can do for us with this wire. Later.